Jess. Jess sent me a gif of a spider spinning a web, and this made me think of the story of Ariadne. Ariadne was daughter to the king of Crete and granddaughter to the king of the gods, Zeus. She was raised, as good princesses are, being told stories of how one should look, how one should act, and whom it was appropriate to love. She had a half-brother. Unknown to her, he was the offspring of a trick played upon her by her parents, by the gods. He was half man, half bull, with the body of a man, but the head of a ferocious bull. After her mother bore this child, he was immediately whisked away and placed at the centre of a mighty labyrinth, never knowing the maternal love of his shared parentage. His sole sustenance was the youths of neighbouring Athens, given in tribute in recompense for the loss of his half-brother. 7 young men and 7 maidens, sent once a year. He had to make them last. This year, amongst the tributes sent to feed the mighty Minotaur, was a man named Theseus. There's a lot written about him. You can read how he was a hero, how he was handsome, how he was muscular, and how he was the son of the god of the fierce seas. He volunteered himself, safe in the knowledge that none could defeat such as he. Ariadne met him and saw all the things that she had been told to seek in a mate. Perfection. So, the night before he was due to enter the labyrinth, she demurely expressed her admiration. Theseus spared her a smile, and she knew that she should do all within her power to help him. To take her fate into her own hands, to win herself a husband, she would make sure that he survived the confusing twists and turns of the labyrinth. In days long past, whilst keeping to the ladylike pursuit of embroidery, repeatedly stabbing the needle into her canvas, she had idly considered how one might escape the maze designed by the greatest mind of the age. Thread was the answer. Innocuous thread was the way to win freedom. Thus she showed the hero how to rescue himself, tying the thread to the edge of the maze, slowly letting it out as he made his way around the twists and turns. The complications built into the walls nothing to the maidenly string. Thus Theseus, the mighty hero, he journeyed to the centre of the maze, and there he found the Minotaur, the half-man, half-animal, starved of affection, fed on fear and fecund youths. He smiled at the half-brother of his saviour, knowing that his status of hero would be further gilded by bloodshed. So he avoided the bull's horns and chopped off his head, proudly carrying it to prove his worth to people. Following the thread, tangling it with the blood of the demi-sibling, but emerging the victor. The stories tell us that he then abandoned Ariadne, and that death by her own hand at the heartbreak was exactly her fate. But spiders will tell you the truth. The Ariadne, who are her sisters, who use their threads for practical beauty. The web of falsehood written by the men, we know the truth. And just for you, I'm going to tell it. Ariadne was sad that the only future she'd ever planned for was taken from her by an uncaring person. That her mind would never be celebrated, only his violence. That she had a half-brother, kept in secrecy and pain, who she'd never had the chance to know. Outcast by her parents for helping a hero, she climbed into a boat in which she drifted and she contemplated. She knew that the god of the sea had no argument with her, since she had saved his son. He gently guided her boat to a small island. All the men in this island had been sent to war, leaving the women to do the jobs, to govern themselves, to till the fields, to smith, to trade, to hunt and to fish. It was the fisherwomen who found her. Now, as they collected their bounty from the sea, they found a gift so much more precious. They took Ariadne in, They nurtured her, and they showed her a future based around her own worth, rather than a simple footnote in the story of a hero. The sapphic love that she found is not the stuff of Homerian epics, but it was precisely everything. She may have performed no great deeds, but she had food for the table, a fire in her hearth, and a chosen one who appreciated her mind and shared her mirth. And that is worth so much more.